Hi guys, this video is going to be all about how you can start your social media marketing agency in 2021. Now this isn't one of those videos where I'm going to say this is how you make £10,000 in the next 2 months, or this is how you're going to go from 0 to 25 grand in a month or something crazy like a lot of people on YouTube do. This video is simply going to be what are the steps you need to take right now as a beginner or someone who doesn't have a client yet or doesn't have a successful agency. What are the steps you need to take right now that are going to get you on your journey and are actually going to give you progress, some actionable steps, and the only things, in my opinion, that you need to do to actually set up a successful marketing agency. Now, just before I go into that, just a bit about who I am and my background. I own a social media marketing agency. I'm from London in the UK. I primarily work with e-commerce brands like pretty much everyone on YouTube nowadays, but I also still work with many businesses across the UK, US, and in Europe in the cosmetic niche. So, you know, the classic dentists, cosmetic surgeons, hair transplant surgeons, dermatologists, purely because when I started around 2-3 years ago, that wasn't as saturated it is now. And I don't think it is saturated. If you're in that niche, great, you can still get loads of clients, but you're just going to have to show your expertise a bit more. So I started trying to make money online when I was around 16. I literally tried every single possible route there is to try and make money online. I tried drop shipping on Shopify, I tried Forex trading, I tried eBay to Amazon drop shipping, and then I eventually ended up with my marketing agency, kind of using a bit of everything that I've learned through those other business models. Now, I had success with all of those other business models, like drop shipping from Amazon to eBay. I was earning around probably £5,000 to £6,000 a month. However, I really didn't like the business model. I didn't like the returns. I didn't like all of the customers I was dealing with, and it was just harder to scale. So using the knowledge that I learned from that, such as the Facebook ads, the funnels, the email marketing side of things that you do on the back end of dropshipping, I put that into a marketing agency and started doing that for businesses to bring them more sales, more leads, more footfall, more brand awareness. So what is SMMA? SMMA is social media marketing, it's digital marketing, social media management, and there's a lot of things that come under the umbrella. As you'll see on Instagram, on YouTube, everyone's SMMA, everyone's social media marketing agency offers a variety of different things. And that's how you're going to stand out. You're going to use you want to use your natural advantages. You want to use your existing skill set to produce your service list and what you're offering. Facebook ads is the bread and butter for my business and a lot of agencies. But if you're super good at graphic design or branding or website design, that could be the bread and butter of your agency. And then you can upsell, cross-sell on all of these other services. So essentially, for beginners, what is social media marketing? It's running the online marketing campaigns for your clients, and those clients are any businesses across the world. So you're going to try and bring them clients through sponsored ads on Facebook, Instagram, running their social pages, creating sales funnels for them, doing their email marketing, doing a little bit of graphic design for them, and they're going to pay you every single month to do that for them because they need an expert in that industry. They need an expert in social media marketing on how to connect with their customers. And now more than ever, businesses realize that if they aren't online, they don't have communication with their potential customers, because when they went into lockdown, those who didn't have a social media presence or a big email list or an SMS list to send their notifications to, then they really did struggle because they had no way of communicating with their customers. So now's the best time ever to get involved in social media marketing. So that leads me on to one of the most commonly asked questions I get on my Instagram is social media marketing saturated? And absolutely not is my answer every single time. Just because someone has digital marketer in their bio, just because someone has social media marketing expert in their bio, doesn't mean they have a successful agency, doesn't mean that they have clients, doesn't mean that they will get clients. And you really need to get your head around that. So there are over 30 million small businesses in the US, there are over 5 million small businesses in the UK, and countless other millions of businesses across the world that all need social media marketing. And it's all about getting your brand and you in front of those businesses. And if you differentiate yourself from that massive noise that is on Instagram and YouTube and all social media of these new up and coming social media marketing agencies, by getting the knowledge, really perfecting your craft and becoming an expert in your niche, then you're going to stand way out from the crowd and it's going to be easy for you to get clients. So how do you really succeed in starting a social media marketing agency in 2021? Now, the number one thing is you've got to do things differently. You can't be sending the exact same messages, the exact same phone calls, the exact same outreach strategy to all of your clients because you're just going to blend in. You've got to think, even though the market isn't saturated in the fact that all businesses are doing social media effectively and you can't get clients, it is saturated in the sense that all of these businesses' inboxes are going to be filled with those noisy social media marketers on Instagram's really bad outreach messages. So their inbox is going to be filled with the exact messages that you shouldn't be sending, such as, "Hi, my name's Harry, I'm a digital marketer, these are my services, do you want to call?" Just please do not send that message. You will not get a response. You're going to waste all of your time doing it. I did it in the beginning. It took me 6 months to realize that that wasn't what you're supposed to do. And once I realized that, everything changed. The way to really succeed is you need to make your messages stand out. You need to build relationships with people in your industry. If you can, produce super valuable content directed at your niche. If you're a real estate niche, produce social media marketing content that's going to benefit those people in your industry so they can see it, recognize you're an expert, and then you might even get inbound leads from your agency as you develop your brand. Another thing on those lines of being different is build relationships. Don't try and sell someone directly in the first time you speak to them. Like I just said in that example outreach message, people say, "Hi, my name's Harry," introducing yourself, and then immediately asking for business. It just doesn't work like that. You need to connect with them over the phone, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Facebook, and have a chat with them. Have a genuine chat. It's so obvious when people are trying to sell you something. So if someone wants you to jump on a call with no initial offering or no value and literally just for you to pitch them, they're just not going to do it. So that's where you really need to angle your outreach messages and perfect what you're saying in these sales messages to actually get people to book a meeting with you, because that's the idea, isn't it? When you're outreaching and when you're selling your service, you're selling the meeting, not the actual service. So you don't want to be selling your Facebook ads over an Instagram message or a LinkedIn message. You want to be selling that 30-minute period where you are going to pitch to them. So that leads me on to the very common question of, do I need a website? Now, this is a very tricky subject because a lot of people say you do, a lot of people say you don't. I personally don't think at the start of your agency you need a website. I think at the beginning, once you've got everything set up, so everything I'm going to go through in this video, I think your time is better spent on outreach and building your brand on your social channels where people are actually going to see, because you're not going to be contacting business owners from your website. You're going to be contacting them from your LinkedIn page, your Instagram page, your Facebook page, and building your brand on there rather than spending a month on a website, which a lot of people do. That's going to be where your time's best spent, and you need to spend your time on the money-making, needle-pushing tasks. And building a website for a month for no one to see for 4 or 5 months after you've made it isn't a good use of your time at the beginning. However, I do know people that do want that website. It's something to show your friends and family. It's stuff to have on your pages, and it does help. If you can get it done quickly and it doesn't cost you a lot of money, then definitely do it. It's not going to hinder you. It's just if you're tight on time, if you're doing it as a side hustle after work and you can only sort of do 2 hours a day on your agency, spending 2 hours a day getting your website done over 3 or 4 weeks isn't going to be as useful as spending those 2 hours a day at the beginning reaching out to 20 business owners a day. So what would I do if I was starting my social media marketing agency today? Now, I've been running mine for just around 2-3 years now, so I am at a very different stage to you, but I do remember so clearly where people that are starting their agency or struggling to get a client are, because I was in that period for around 6 months. I couldn't get a client for 6 months, and once I sort of got the knowledge of the industry, got my sales knowledge correct, everything changed from then on in. So I really do understand where you are if you're really struggling to get a client, or you're just looking into SMMA as an option, as a business model that you would like to start online. So what would I do if I was starting right now? I would get all of my social pages set up professionally. Now, this is another common problem. People are reaching out to business owners when they first start off their personal Facebook page with pictures of them going out, drinking alcohol and partying. And that's just not a good thing to have on your business profile. You need to separate the two. Have your personal pages and then your business pages where you only post business content and interact with people in your industry and potential clients. I would also purchase a domain immediately to put on your website and to use as a professional email. Now, we call this a corporate veil. So it's a corporate veil over you personally, and that's just your business front that you're going to be showing to all of your network. So yeah, I produce a really professional LinkedIn page, professional photo, professional header, fill out the page completely. It's going to really help you with the algorithm. It's really going to help LinkedIn show you to the best people possible. And especially when people land on your pages, they want to see you're professional. They don't want to see you out partying. They want to see that you're committed to business because it shows a good first impression. If you're not committed to business when you're not working with them, you're not going to be committed to them when you are working to them. So once you have all of those pages set up, you've purchased your domain, you've got your email set up, that's your corporate veil ready to go. Then I would only focus on outreach, like I mentioned when we were talking about websites. I would use the strategies I'm about to talk about matching your outreach to your niche, and then I would contact as many business owners as you can per day, and that's quality outreach, that's not blasted outreach. It's in the beginning, if you're not sure which outreach is best fit for you, which we're going to go through in a second, I'd just test them all. I'd contact 5 to 10 business owners on Instagram DMs, 5 to 10 on Facebook DMs, 5 to 10 emails, 5 to 10 cold calls, 5 to 10 LinkedIn messages. See where you get a response, see what fits naturally to you, see what you enjoy. Obviously, if you're a super outgoing person, you're super confident and you're really good at talking to people just straight off the bat, then cold calling is going to be excellent for you. But if you're a bit shy, a bit timid, and it scares you a bit, I would still really recommend just going for it and sucking it up and just trying to get it done and becoming comfortable in that situation, because there are certain outreach methods which are just naturally easier to get clients on because less people do it, less people are good at it, such as cold calling. Not many people want to do it, not many people know how to do it properly. So if you can become comfortable with those outreach methods, then you're going to see success a lot quicker. So yeah, in the beginning, it's all about outreach. It's all about sticking to your target. So if you're going to say you're going to reach out to 20 business owners a day, then reach out to 20 business owners a day and don't go to sleep until you get it done. And it's super important because that's sort of a compounding task. Say you reach out to 20 business owners for the next 5 days. Even I've had clients that I've messaged 6 months ago reply to my message now just because it fits their current situation better, their financial situation might be better, they might be looking to invest in marketing, and they think back to that message. So if you're doing 10 to 20 business owners every single day, and that's a compounding effect, then you're gonna get these replies back eventually, and it's just building that pot. You're throwing out all your rods into your network, and eventually you're gonna get nibbles here and there. You can check where the nibbles came from, you can check which outreach method you got that nibble on, and then that's going to show you what works. So it's very similar to ads with testing. You throw out all your rods in the targeting, in the interests, in the creatives, and see which ones work. And that's the same with outreach. You need to see what fits best for your niche, what fits best for your personality, and how people respond best to you. So finally, to just conclude all of that, it would be consistent, get in a routine, focus heavily on sales once you've set everything up and you've got that corporate veil set up. So comparing what I would do if I started now to what I did do 3 years ago when I did start, is I didn't do all of that. I spent months on a website which I never used. I was sending the exact same message to every single person that I wanted to contact, and was just changing the name and the business name. And that just really wasn't working. I was doing only email outreach. Now, I really don't like email outreach, partly because it doesn't really fit with the niches that I'm in and my personality. My personality comes across best on cold calling and on LinkedIn, and when I have that social proof of my profiles behind me. But then again, I also know agencies that run solely on email outreach, and they get their agencies up to $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month purely on email outreach. So it really does depend on who you are, like I keep saying. But those are the mistakes I made. Only email outreach, generic sales emails that just blended in with all of the other emails they were getting, wasn't supplying any value, didn't build a network, hardly niche down. I was talking to every single business owner possible, and I was accepting anyone, had no niche whatsoever. I just wanted a client immediately. I was also super scared to get on the phone. Like, the thought of picking up the phone and getting on a cold call was terrifying. To put it straight, you just need to get over that. Like, I've been told to F off so many times on the phone, but you've just got to think to yourself, when you put that phone down, they get on with their day. They're not going to be sat thinking, oh, I can't believe that person rang me. Oh, I'm so angry. I'm going to look up who he is and just and be angry at him. Like, it just doesn't work like that. You're going to ring them. If they're not interested, and they're really not interested, and they tell you to F off or get angry, they'll put the phone down, get on with the day, and you just need to get over it. Once you get into a routine and you've got those list of people that you're going to ring, and you just bash them out one after each other, it does get a lot easier. The first 20 cold calls are the hardest. And I think everyone that's done a cold call will tell you that, but you'll really thank yourself later on when you do those hard tasks. You need to think to yourself, when you're uncomfortable, I mean, it's very cliche, but when you're uncomfortable, that's when change is made. If you're super comfortable just sat behind your laptop sending 20 emails to business owners, That's so comfortable. That's so easy to do. And that's why you don't see results, because everyone does it. But doing research on a business owner, ringing them up, talking about their problems, getting to know them personally, that's what's really going to make the difference. That's what's going to make you stand out. And if you can get your personality, your brand story behind you in that cold call and in any of your outreach, that's when you're really going to make strides and start to get results. So those were my mistakes when it came to sales. Now, we're not going to be going over too much in this video on how to get results, but the mistakes I made when it came to results was I was super scared to test, wasn't testing any of my ads. I knew that I had to, but I was scared of actually spending the whole budget. And I also didn't underpromise and overdeliver. I also didn't overpromise, but something that I tell all of my academy members and what I do to this day now is underpromise and overdeliver. If I know I can make them £5,000 that month, I'm going to tell them that I'm going to make them 2,500. So then they're constantly impressed. They're never let down. So next is choosing a niche. Now, a niche is just a specific industry for any beginners that you're going to go after. So if your niche is coaches, online coaches, that's going to be your industry. That's your niche of online coaches, and you're only going to outreach to those. You're not going to outreach to golf courses. You're not going to outreach to real estate agents. You're keeping it in that niche because that's going to allow you to become an expert. It's going to allow you to, once you do get a client, get that case study, which is going to help you get another client in that industry. I shared on my story yesterday as I was filming this video, an academy member that got a 56x return on ad spend for a recent ecom client, and then that helped her to get 2 more clients in that exact industry using those case studies. And it's going to be easier to get clients in that same industry using your client results, because those new clients are going to be able to relate to them and see what position they're in. So choosing a niche comes down to 3 big things. Is the niche sustainable? So you want to look at current social trends in the industries, and see if that industry and that business is going to thrive over the next 5 or 10 years. Has it been affected badly by COVID? If it's been affected really badly by COVID, the owners aren't really going to have the money to pay for massive marketing campaigns at the moment. But if they've been not affected by COVID, or they've been affected positively by COVID, then they're going to be a great niche to go after, because they're going to have the money to spend on you. They're going to want to invest and just keep that momentum rolling in their business. So sustainable, that's one sector. Another sector is passion and knowledge of the market. If you're really passionate about something, if you're passionate about, I don't know, the gym, going after supplement e-commerce brands, going after gym wear e-commerce brands, going after boutique gym spas, or personal trainers, or training coaches online, are going to be a great niche to go after, because you're passionate about it. You know the lingo, so when you're writing these ads, you can speak the lingo of your target audiences, which is going to help massively. So flipping that on its head, for me, say I got a client in the ballet niche, as a really out there niche. I don't know why I've pulled that out of anywhere. I'd really struggle to get those return on ad spend, not because the strategy doesn't work, just because I don't understand the space. I don't know what that target audience is interested in. I don't know the lingo. I don't know the moves. Even if you do moves in ballet, I don't know. But that's what I mean. So if you know the lingo, you know the industry, it's going to help you so much more, because you are the target audience, aren't you? A person who's interested in the gym, you would fall into the category of who that business would be targeting. So you know what you want to see. And then the final one is high ticket. I always tell people to go after high ticket products and services, especially in the beginning. Once your agency develops, then I don't think that's as necessary. But in the beginning, I think high ticket products and services and product and service industries is super important, because it's gonna make your job of getting return on investment and a return on ad spend a lot easier. Purely because over that month period, if you charge £1,500 a month, and every customer you bring has a lifetime value of, say, £2,000 a month, you only need to bring them 1 customer every month to keep the ROI positive. Whereas if you're a super low ticket product, sort of selling 10, 20, £30 products with a 50% profit margin, if you're lucky, then you're going to have to bring them a lot of customers if you're charging that high retainer. Now, it's different if you're charging a return on ad spend as a percentage, but I still recommend to go after those high ticket services, especially in the beginning, because it is going to make your life a lot easier. And try and get a niche which covers all 3 of those: sustainable, passion and knowledge for the market, and high ticket. So you've chosen your niche. Now you need to decide what services your agency is going to offer to that niche. So my agency offers Facebook and Instagram ads as the sort of bread and butter to produce traffic. We also do sales funnel creation, and we do email marketing. And those are the free services that I offer. Now, I haven't always offered those services. At the start of my agency, I offered literally everything. So I offered SEO, graphic design. I mean, graphic design we do sort of still include, but that's sort of like a byproduct. SEO, I did Google ads, I did a small amount of website development. I did everything, and I soon found out that that isn't the best route to go down. Not at the beginning anyway. You don't want to be a jack of all trades, and that's going to really eat into your profit margins as well as the time you're going to be spending on your client, because initially at the beginning it probably is only going to be you, or if you have a business partner, him as well. If you've not chosen to outsource right from the get-go. If you have done that, then this doesn't really apply. But yeah, that first client, when I was offering that wide range of services, I wasn't confident in some areas, and I chose the services which were really bringing in the results through the strategy that I had, and that's worked up until now. So those are the free services I offer. Well, I would also really recommend playing to your strengths. So I had a really strong passion for marketing. So that Facebook ad side of things and the email marketing side of things and the psychology behind it all really interested me, and I was very good at it, which is why those are the services that are included in my packages or in my agency today. But using your strengths and your natural advantages, if you've got a background in graphic design or website design, or content creation, photography, videography, use that in your agency. Don't just copy someone else's agency. Use what you have, and if no one else is doing it in your area, if no one else is doing it that you can see, even better, because that's going to be your advantage over everyone else. Which moves me on to pricing your services. Now, this is a very tricky one. I get a lot of messages all the time saying, how do I price my services? And it's completely up to you. I don't have, for my agency, a set package, and I don't think many agencies do, because every single client you work with is very different. They have a different ad spend, they want different amounts of funnels, they're different amount of email marketing campaigns, different campaigns for different products and services. So that all ties in to what your price is going to be. It also depends on how much money you're going to make them, how much time you're going to be spending on the project, how hard of a customer it is, and there's all of these things that get tied in, which is why when people say, oh, send over a proposal, you can't really send over a proposal until you get to know the business, the needs of the business, their current situation, and what they actually want. Now, when we go over pricing with a potential customer, we do present them packages, but they're all custom packages after going through what they want, their needs, etc. Now, you've got to be super careful when you're pricing, especially at the beginning, because if you don't go into that meeting super confident, they're going to recognize that and they're going to try and haggle you down with your price. But you need to be super firm with it. And you also need to really think, what's the lowest I'm willing to work for on this project? Decide how long it's going to take you. If you're creating funnels, email marketing campaigns, coming up with this marketing strategy, how long it's going to take you to put all of that together. And that's what's going to indicate your price. That was another problem with being a jack of all trades at the beginning of my agency, where I was offering all of this. It was taking up so much of my time to fulfill it. Bear in mind, I only had one client at a time because I just started, but it was taking a lot of my time. And I thought to myself, I can't do this for all my clients. I literally have no time. I wouldn't even be able to spend enough time on outreach to get new clients, which really helped. So that first client really did help me, and it's going to help you a lot. The biggest lessons you're going to learn is through getting that first client and doing it for real the first time. All of these YouTube videos, all of your mentorship helps up to a certain point, but nothing's going to be more beneficial to you than actually getting into a business and having to do it properly. Which leads me on nicely to actually learning your services. So it's okay saying, right, I'm going to run Facebook and Instagram ads, I'm going to run email marketing, I'm going to run sales funnels for all of these businesses, but you need to become an expert. Some of the biggest problems with social media marketers is they'll get a client, not have any idea how to run a Facebook ad, never been into ads manager or business manager before, and they'll think, right, what the hell do I do now? I don't even know how to get them results, which is really annoying because it makes you think, oh, this doesn't work. It's a business model that doesn't work, which isn't the case. It also puts a bad name out for other social media marketers because that tells the business that everyone's like that when it's not. So when you're getting these clients, and it's quite unethical as well, if you're getting money off your business owners, off these business owners, you need to make sure that you're going to get them a return on ad spend. And the only way you're going to do that is by becoming an expert in the services that you offer, so that you're not essentially mugging them off or scamming them. Because essentially it is a scam, isn't it? You're getting money off them when you don't know you can fulfill a service properly, which isn't great. So there's the free route and the paid route to learn your services. Obviously YouTube, you can literally learn everything on YouTube. But it's going to take a lot of time. There's a lot of crap on YouTube, and there's a lot of people that are sort of selling you the dream, which isn't great. And it's quite hard to find the knowledge succinctly in one place. But it can be done. Then the other route is obviously a paid mentorship route. Now, you're probably sick of everyone talking about their mentorship programs, seeing ads left, right, and center about mentorship and these courses. Now, I do have a course and I have a mentorship program, but what I want to talk about now is when you're choosing a mentor, you need to be super careful with whether you're buying a course or whether you're buying a mentor, because there is a very strong difference. So got a lot of messages in the past month or so saying, right, I've bought this person's course, I can't get hold of him, I have a problem with my business, I can't get clients, or I'm struggling with getting results for this client and I can't get hold of him. Now, obviously, in that specific case, it was quite bad because that individual sold these people mentorship programs. But yeah, you really need to look into the person that you're actually learning from. Do you connect with them? Do they reply to your messages on Instagram now? Because once they get your money, a lot of these people aren't going to be responding to your messages. And if you do really want a coach that's going to be there for you when you need, or because a lot of the time with these mentorship programs, it's not, right, I have a problem right now. It's, I want a mentor for my journey for the next few months or years. From whenever I have a problem, I need that experienced helping hand to help me with that specific problem. And that's what your mentor should do if you're spending that amount of money on one. So drop me a message if you're thinking about getting into a mentorship program or some advice on this mentor you're thinking about. Obviously, I have my academy, but this isn't a promotional video for that. But drop me a message on Instagram and we can chat it over. But yeah, those mentorship programs, they accelerate you through that learning process. So instead of searching thousands of videos on YouTube, if it's a good mentor and a good program, you can find all of the things in one place. So the exact scripts that get clients, the exact onboarding process, the presentations that sell and close clients best, all of the ad strategies that are going to get you crazy return on ad spend are going to be in one place, rather than watching little bits of videos and little bits of free value that people put out to upsell you. So it's sort of the free version, which is going to get you there but take time and probably very annoying, or the quick version to get all that knowledge, but it's going to cost you a little bit of money off the offset to pay for that mentor. So leading up to this point, you've got your business set up, you've niched down, you've got your offering, your pricing, you're an expert on your services, so you've learned all your services. Now it's time to actually start to get clients. Now it's all about matching an outreach method to your niche. Now, this is where a lot of people go wrong. So there are obviously outreach methods which are naturally better at closing clients than others, but you really need to match your outreach method with your industry, because you need to find out where they hang out. So if you're contacting builders, you're not really going to try and contact them on LinkedIn. They're going to be on a Facebook page, because that's the first thing that industry sort of makes, is a Facebook page and an Instagram page. And cold calling, that would also be a good route for that niche. But if you're going after online coaches, then LinkedIn's going to be the place for you, because that's where those business owners hang out. You need to find your niche. Russell Brunson calls it the Dream 100. So you find the podcasts that your dream customers watch, the Facebook pages they like and are in, where they post all their content, where they hang out, and that's where you need to infiltrate, and that's where you need to go to sell, because that's where they're going to be. You don't want to be contacting a builder or a bricklayer on LinkedIn, because they're not really going to be using that compared to other niches. So it's all about finding where your niche hangs out. So once you find out where your customers hang out, then you're going to be sending them an outreach method. And I'm not going to go too much on how to actually get your clients, because I've done a video on it. There'll be a link somewhere around here at the end of the video. If not, just go on my channel. The video is how to get clients in 2020, I believe, and it's just the same for 2021. It's not changed too much. But yeah, get in contact with your business owners, be different. Don't send the exact same message to everyone. Have an offering, have something that's going to persuade them to actually get on a meeting. Just have in your mindset, put yourself in that business owner's shoes, that their inbox is filled with digital marketers offering their services, probably very badly. So you just need to stand out and do something different to get your name to the top of the inbox and get them on a call rather than these other people. One final thing I want to talk about is imposter syndrome. Now, this is essentially where you get a client, where your body or your brain tells you that you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't have that client because you're not ready. And that's majority of the time down to people not believing in themselves because they're not an expert in social media marketing. The best way to get over that is become an expert, really hone in on your skills, and then you're just going to go into these contracts and you're going to go into these client partnerships with such confidence that you're going to get them sick results that imposter syndrome is going to go away. So hopefully that's helped you out massively on how to start a social media marketing agency in 2021. All of the initial things that you should do, all of the initial things that you shouldn't do, things that you should focus on. I'm going to be releasing more videos on specific Facebook ad strategies, so a full Facebook ad tutorial in the coming weeks or months. I'm also going to be doing an onboarding video on how to onboard a client. Also, a very high requested video is the difference between ad accounts, business manager, and ads manager. So I'm going to go through a whole pyramid. I'm going to explain how to set that up correctly, what's the difference between them all in a coming video. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, guys. Please make sure that you follow me on Instagram. A lot of these tips I've posted have sort of been on my style of post on Instagram before, and I post tips daily. I post the runnings of my agency daily. So if you're interested in what I actually do day to day with my clients, how I get them results, and just general social media marketing tips, then give it a follow. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because there are a lot of in-depth, highly valuable videos coming out soon. And of course, if you're interested in mentorship, or if you're interested in learning a bit more, or just want to chat about digital marketing and have any extra questions, drop me a message on Instagram and we can have a chat, guys. So yeah, see you in the next video, guys.